Are those not
So,
the ugliest glasses you've ever seen in your life?
No,
I can't
just
Now,
believe
sitting
I
here
haven't worn
thinking,
these things.
God, I'd love to have a pair.
Okay,
now wait a minute.
I'll send them to you. I'll send them.
Hey, they're just like mine, so I'm going to be offended.
Uh-oh,
No,
no, they're
this
not
is
like yours.
smaller.
They're not. Anyway, I can't find my bloody glasses, and I don't know when I would ever have even bought these glasses, but they work a little bit. I'm not going to read as much as I ordinarily do,
Huh.
but anyway, I was waiting for some clapping for that or something.
No, I was thinking that looks great. I think they're the glasses you bought for me for a present one time and never gave it to me.
Oh,
You think so?
Yeah.
That's a good line.
That was clever. That was good, Bobby. That was good.
Yeah.
That was good. Oh, I'm so disappointed that a couple of people, Teresa for one,
Yeah.
because she's playing the game, you know, you send, I send, you send back,
Mhm. Yeah.
and also Dale, did you get mine?
Yeah.
Did you get
Get
that?
your what?
Did you get my response
Your poem?
to your
Yeah,
poem?
yeah.
You
I
did.
figure you.
Good. I don't have it. I mean, I have
Oh,
it.
okay.
Okay, I
Well,
have
if
it,
you, yeah,
but I
well, I
can't
can.
find it. I'm not going to leave the group
Yeah.
to try to find it, and I don't know
Okay.
what I did with it. So it's like,
Okay.
anyway. But you can read it.
Yeah, I will. I'll get it up on my phone.
Okay,
Yeah.
and make sure I get credit for those dumb lines that I threw.
Yeah.
Let me tell you a little story because I don't see her. But there's a young lady by the name of Colette Marks
Mhm.
who has written some poems, maybe a ton of poems. I don't know. She came through my friend Dan Gleason, and who was, I think, her instructor in creative writing. And we in New Poets Wednesday, we published at least one of her poems, maybe more. Anyway, I sent out the thing I sent out this morning. She responded to it. She said, "Wow, that's really great." She said, "I used to do that with a friend of mine, and they actually it's copyrighted, so I guess they published it, you know, or they published one of them published it, you know, and so I was very excited. I wrote her a very excited note back and told her with the address to get on and join us today, which she didn't do yet, but she might. And the only thing is, I'm sitting. I don't have my own poems, but well, actually, I do because I got my books here. But I've got her poem that she wrote with her friend, but I don't want to read it for two reasons. One, I got these dumb glasses, and for the other, I'm not sure that I should, you know, because if it's copyrighted, I probably don't have the right to read it, you know.
Well,
I know. Listen, I know we're so well known and popular that
Yeah.
they're
Yeah.
starting to watch
Oh
us.
yeah. Oh yeah.
They're gonna
Yeah.
try something sneaky here, you know, and do something illegal. And
Yeah.
I don't want to get busted. I'm too old to go to jail. Shoot, you know.
Yeah. Well, I'll read her poem if you don't want, because she sent it to all of us.
She did, didn't she?
Yeah, she did.
I
Yeah.
got it too.
Okay,
I got
you
it too,
take
but I
the.
did see that it was copyrighted. Did you
Yeah, I
hear from
didn't either.
Alexa yet?
What was the question
You
about?
heard from Alexa yet, Gary?
No.
Well, she says she told me she was excited. She wanted this year, one of her goals this year was to get some of her work out a little bit further than just her desk. And she wrote an awesome poem that she wrote with her hand on an envelope, and she took a picture of it and posted it on Facebook. And so she's a friend of mine, but I wrote her, I said, you know, you can maybe get on New Poets Wednesday and he'll probably invite you to the Zoom podcast. And so she was excited about it, but you know, she's young, 20 years old, I think.
Yeah, you may have to stay with it, Bobby. But I always think that if we just get them on the show, or even if New Poets Wednesday and they know that there's an audience reading their stuff, that kind of
Yeah,
excites people. So it's like,
yeah, it does. And
uh,
I don't know what happened to Dean. I think he might have some relatives in town. I didn't go have coffee with him yesterday because his cousins were in town. So maybe
yeah.
he's still hanging out with his cousins. It
Well,
is the holidays.
I'm excited about everything anyway. Despite I think that Colette may join us at some point. And what's the young lady's name that you're talking about?
Alexa.
Alexa. I think it's kind of like Teresa. You got to keep at her. It's like and Teresa is playing the thing. I think
Hard to get. She's playing hard to get.
Well, I wasn't going to say that. Okay, I was just
I'm
going to
gonna,
say,
I'm gonna tell her that. I'm
Yeah,
gonna say,
yeah.
what are you doing? Playing hard to get here with a
You know,
bunch of
yeah.
old
Well, go
folks?
ahead, Bobby. You could get away with it. I don't know if I could, but you probably,
Uh,
you know. Uh, yeah, I know what she's going to tell you. I'm so busy.
I
And
know.
she is busy.
Well, she is, but I told her if you're that busy, you need to slow down every once in a while. And
right.
Anyway,
I just have recently told my daughters that are busy, you shouldn't be doing that. You'll pay for it later on. So
Yeah.
knock it off.
good. Good for you, Bobby. I think that means you get to go first. We're always letting Dale go first because she's the only lady.
Oh,
I don't know if I'm trying to be chivalrous. I don't really give
well,
but it's like, who goes first? But somebody, we got to pick on somebody, right?
Okay.
well,
You look ready, Bobby. You look ready. So jump
Yeah,
on.
go for it.
I got a couple that were passed off to me. One of them was Dale's, which I was on drugs that day. So, and I keep, Dean told me when he started this with me that the rules were when he sends it to me, then it's mine. I own it. I can do whatever I want to with it. So
Right.
I just
Right.
kind of butchered Dale's. She,
Well, I kind of
was-
butchered Dale's myself.
yeah, well, I don't know if did you read mine
No,
that,
I
that
didn't get.
hers?
I didn't get to it.
Maybe I'll start with that.
Good.
Okay.
This is all I saw in Dale's poem was a goldfinch. That's the only thing I saw.
I saw
And then the
that.
drugs kicked in. And so this is what I came up with. A gold digger worked the crowd while a goldfinch flew round in the air. The gold digger asked for my money. The goldfinch made a nest in my hair. When I told the gold digger no, he did listen, but the gold bird did what he did without permission. I don't like being swindled, and I hate having a bird nest in my hair, but at least the gold digger didn't gouge me, and I'm grateful, so dang grateful the golden bird was not a bear.
That is certainly
And
creative.
I think when I put it on Facebook, I told them the backstory to that is bears and goldfinches will crap on you. They're not being mean to you. That's just what they do
That's just
because
what
we're
they
in
do.
their space. So
Yes. Yes.
I don't even want to picture what happens when a bear does.
yeah,
No.
yeah.
I worry about a bear maybe eating me or something.
Yeah, really.
Not
Well,
doing the
I'm
thing
just
with the head.
grateful a bear didn't do his. What do? They go into hibernation and make a nest in my hair. So.
Oh dear.
There you go.
So sorry, Dale, but I
It's
kind
okay.
of liked it actually. That's why I put it on Facebook, is because
Yeah.
I liked it, even though it was weird.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's amazing where the juices flow on a prompt like that. So it was good. It was good. Okay, so I'll read mine then, the way I finished my own poem, right?
Oh, okay.
That sound good? Okay. A goldfinch came and sat by me. He had a lot to say. He chirped and sang and fluffed a while, but did not fly away. He seemed at home and unafraid, and I felt much the same. His chirps became words to me. He even knew my name. We are family, he explained. I listened and kept still. I have the soul of a raptor, a red-tailed hawk, actually. We share a common lineage, back when we both were free. Here his words became garbled. In a blink, he took flight and was gone. The soul of a raptor, I wonder, a red-tailed hawk that could soar. I wonder now if I dreamt it. He hasn't come back to say more.
Ah,
Wonder why.
yeah. I love that now, but you developed that yourself, right?
Yeah,
the end
yeah,
of the
that's
poem.
my poem, yeah.
Now, do you have what I wrote?
Yes, I do. I
Okay.
do.
It,
Okay.
so Bobby,
Okay, so you want me to read it for you?
yeah, please.
Okay, all right. A goldfinch came and sat by me. He had a lot to say. He chirped and sang and fluffed a while, but did not fly away. I wonder where my goldfinch lives and where he likes to play. With chirp so bright and song so sweet, he fluffed as though to say, I like the way you sit so still and listen to my song. I fluff to make you like me. I feel like I belong.
Ah,
There you go.
That's it.
yeah, you guys all
Yeah.
had beautiful poems.
Well, I mean,
You must be in a better place than me.
it's like two totally different takes on it, but I love it, and uh, I wish
And
I was supposed to have like something from Bobby, something from Teresa, and something from Dale. So
well,
I'm three.
actually, I have one in a text that was a response from Dean. So I could read that
Oh,
maybe. I don't
Oh,
know. Let me
sure.
so
see.
read,
Let
is
me
Well,
this
see
read
if
them
I
Dean's
can.
both
verse?
now. Read
Yeah,
the way it was, and then read what
yeah,
what
yeah.
um,
Okay. This, of course, I wrote my finish and then he wrote it. So he kind of took as a response to what I had. So
Ah,
let's see what this is here.
I know something I can read though.
Okay.
No. I'm sorry. I have a habit of when a thought flitters through my head, it comes out my mouth.
ah.
I don't care what I'm doing. That's what's going to happen. So,
Oh, well, that explains a lot.
yeah.
Okay, I've got it now. Okay.
Okay.
So see, the first part was a goldfinch came and sat by me. He had a comment, and then he flew away. Okay, so what Dean added was until one night, a tapping at my window. I wonder who's tapping at my window. As I rose out of bed, still trying to focus, I walked over to the window, and much to my surprise, there was my friend who I thought I'd never see again, the goldfinch tapping at my window. I opened my window. Goldfinch flew in and landed on my bed. I've come to tell you we are connected from the past and the present. And with a blink, an eye goldfinch flew back out my window. I closed my eyes, satisfied to find the answer right before my eyes. And he also sent me your video, Bobby.
Oh, yeah.
Video.
He's,
Oh, I wanted to talk to
he's
you about
doing
that
the
video.
videos.
But
Yeah.
we didn't say make a video. We said add to the poem. But
I make a
I saw
video
that
of
you had done
every
a video. I said
poem I do.
that's
Every
Bobby.
poem I do is a video. I turn it into a video with a
Yeah.
graphics.
Well, I did a video too of my poem, the goldfinch poem. So I'm very proud of myself because I've always had a hard time getting all the pieces together on that app, on the Clip app. It seems like I get the the picture in there, and then I can't get the narrative on it, and then I have trouble getting the words to show on it. So I finally got it all together.
I
I've
tried to
written
get
some-
the app, but I got
Huh?
something else, and I can't use what I got.
I
so.
just use the clip app that comes with
Yeah.
an iPhone.
With the iPhone, yeah.
Oh, I don't have an iPhone.
Oh no.
Oh, that's your problem. No wonder the Finch wouldn't come back and talk to you.
Hey, the Finch talked to me. Now, in my phone, the Finch talked to me. I don't have to go looking for it.
The Finch didn't talk to me.
See,
He
there you
ran.
Only the gold digger, right?
Yeah.
go. The gold digger, right?
Oh,
I
dear.
mentioned Colette. What was I? There was something more to that story. Whether or not we read the poem, it'll come to me, whatever it was. Anyway, do we want to take a break from that? I actually, let's do it before I forget it. If you've got Colette's poem, why don't you read it?
Oh, okay.
Just because I want to encourage folks, even though
Yeah.
it's not exactly what I call a call and response. It's not exactly what we're doing,
Yeah.
but the fact that her story is that she's been doing this for a while with the fella, and so she's kind of like a veteran of this stuff. So anyway, this is a poem that was written in the style that what we're talking about.
Yeah. Well, and what they do,
Go ahead.
what they do is they do one line at a time. They do like one line and then send it to the other person. That person adds a line in there. So it's like
I
back
didn't
and
know
forth
that.
and back and forth and back and forth. Yeah, which is more like what I've done in the past, is
Okay,
that
yeah.
just line by line, people add things to it. But anyway, here's her poem, if you're ready for
Yeah,
it.
please.
It's called Eternal Hope. In the deep of fall, I saw a bluebird take flight, and it was such a beautiful sight. Blue wings against the golden backdrop of rustling leaves, fluttering gracefully with barely a sound, yet inspiring poetic bliss of rhyme as it sought against the wind to land on the vine. But the wind proved too strong and mercilessly cast her to the ground, where she huddled amongst the golden fallen leaves, collecting her strength for another attempt at solace on the vine. But the wind did not die, and her attempts were in vain, and so she huddled amongst the leaves, shivering, coldly wishing for her soulmate to find her and help ease her pain. She huddled closer to the tree, knowing all of life's answers could be found upon her road, an old road paved with nature's tradition, where countless bluebirds had sat, huddling in the past, and would again for generations to come, surviving against all odds, because that is the way of God through Mother Nature. And her comment too was that it's finished when it's finished. And that was a good ending. Yeah.
Oh, it was. It was.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Which and thank you for doing that, Dale, because I didn't feel up to it with my glasses.
Well, yeah, sure.
But I'm really happy that you did it, and I think Colette may join us at some point in time.
Okay.
So that was great, and this is a terrific idea. Actually, I had a friend. Well, I had a friend. I have a friend, but we were going to do something like that. I don't know, a few years ago, and it was going to be the same thing. I'll write something, I'll send it to you. You write, you pick it up there, and it was that same idea. Now, she and I never got to the point where we actually did that, but now I'm thinking I'm gonna at least contact her and see if she wants to play.
Yeah.
We almost did it, and so there we go.
I think it's Bobby's turn now, right?
Okay,
Yeah.
unless you wanted to do something else, Gary.
No.
Okay.
Let's continue.
Well, I'll
Hey,
continue.
everybody's got these black glasses. We're like a.
I
Is
know.
is
Well,
there a rule? You can't be a poet without black
Yeah,
glasses.
even if,
correct.
Famous.
yeah,
You should see
even
it.
if you can't see us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
They look goofy, but I sure can read with them. So.
Yeah.
I'm starting to think I actually look a little better with these on. I don't know. I got a
Yeah.
new haircut. I'm so proud of
Woo,
it.
wow.
It doesn't come across real too sexy on video. Anyway, go ahead, Bobby.
Well, okay. I'll read a poem. You know, Gary and I have been doing this. He's been real good at sending me a poem that I can take and do whatever I want to with it. I haven't been real good at sending one back to him. So just so you know, if we ever start any of this up, I'm not very good at getting stuff back, but I do love getting them and finish them. And he sent me a poem, and this is what he sent me. He walked into the room. He got the strangest feeling he had been there before. The smell of perfume filled the room, but who did it belong to? He couldn't shake it. It was deja vu. So this is the poem that I got out of that. And it's inside of a great graphic. I love this graphic. But anyway, he stepped inside and shut the door. It was all too familiar, felt just like before. There was a sweet perfume that filled the room. It smelt attractive, but its bloom was doomed. Yet he'd been here. Yep, he'd been here before, with that same sweet aroma lingering inside of this door. And he is me. The aroma's called blue, and the room is anywhere I'm reminded of you.
Yeah.
That's a great.
Yeah, that's nice. And I like
Ending.
the picture you have on there too on Facebook. It goes well together. Yeah.
Yeah, of an old man. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that too. There's some great. You know, sometimes I write a poem and I just think it's just. In fact, I wrote one the other night. I was sitting there in bed, and I had these awesome thoughts about eternity and life after death, and I got out of bed and wrote them down on my notes and my phone, so I'd have them for the next day. And then when I went to use those words the next day, it turned in again. It sounded like I was on drugs again. So it turned out to be a poem about a monkey flying through the air. So
yeah, I played a monkey flying through the air.
Sometimes they don't come out as well as this one, but I love the lines. The line I love in this is, there was a sweet perfume that filled the room. It smelt attractive, but its bloom was doomed.
Yeah.
So he's speaking of a relationship that went south somewhere in his past.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
So.
Well, I'd like to add one little thing is I like there's quite a bit of internal rhyming in that piece, which I like. You know, you can settle for rhyming the last word in each line or every other line, however you want to do it, whatever rhyme scheme you want. But I like internal rhyme. I like, you know, maybe a couple of rhymes in a line, or maybe three. You know,
Yeah, I like those too.
Yeah, it's kind of like bop, 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 bop. You know, I like that. Now I don't have anything else in terms of a collaboration. So if it's
Well,
my
that was. Well, no, that's the last one I'm going to share, I think, as far as collaboration.
Okay.
I have some other.
I have one that's a joint effort.
Okay.
Okay. And this is one that the first stanza is one that Dean sent me, and then I finished it. So what he sent was, in the beginning was life. We were, we are, and we will be. Man, woman, child, on an endless loop. And then I added, a hawk settled on my outstretched arm. A turtle slid past your hip as you swam. We cherished the coconuts and papayas above. They fell and we ate them. They filled us with love. The fish let us catch them. The rain let us drink. Our children were many. They smiled and they blinked at the sun as it warmed us and then disappeared, as each of us will, only to rise when a new day appears. Life is endless. We were, we are, and we will be. Like the hawk, the turtle, the fish, and the tree, dawning again on a beach by the sea.
Huh? Yeah, he done good.
Yeah. Okay, now he wrote the first part, you wrote the second part, though.
Right, He sent
Yeah,
me
you
the first
both done
stanza,
good.
yeah. Mhm.
And so,
Yeah, you both
yeah,
done
both of you, that was a good collaboration. Well, all collaborations I think are good, but sometimes you get a real story out of it. Yeah, I don't have anything more about that. I think if we would, I really think we're onto something, though. I like the one line thing. I'd like to try that. Just you write a line, I'll write a line type of thing. But I also enjoyed piggybacking on Dale's poem. That was fun. I know Teresa's got some stuff that she's gonna do. But since we're kind of like through with that right now, it seems like it's my turn to do something. I don't know.
Yes, it is.
Give a speech or something, or I can do a little dance, you know.
That's what I was thinking. You got to
Oh.
sing and dance.
Sing and dance, you know, I kind of
Wow.
do that. Although don't ask anybody that saw Damn Yankees. Don't ask them about my dancing, okay?
Oh, I saw it.
It's not good. Oh, I forgot you were there. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I came to see you.
I hope you didn't see it on the night that I missed my entrance.
Oh, I thought it was great.
Well, what? Am I missing my entrance?
No, I just thought your song and dance was great.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
I didn't, and ladies and gentlemen, I didn't pay him for this comment. Actually, I didn't, I'm going to be quite honest with you. I didn't solicit anybody to say anything about my performance in that show. Just, if you don't say anything, that'd be fine with me, you know. It was a challenge. It was a challenge. No, but the thing I alluded to was when I played the commissioner, you know, towards the end of the show, Bobby.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a quick change, you know. But not that quick, you know. Costume change, and I knew very well. I thought how much time I had and everything, and I knew, you know, I knew the circumstances, the people I have to go in on, and you know how the stages. I thought, you know what? I can make it. I can hit the bathroom and I can make this entrance. Okay? So
Yep.
I zipped into the bathroom, zip, and zip back out. And I'm walking to the entrance and I noticed that there's nobody in the aisle, the hallway there. They're gone. There's always people in the hallway. We all kind of go in together. I mean, in line, you know, there was nobody there. I just paused for a moment. I said, what does this mean? It means you missed your entrance, you dummy, you know. And so I said, okay, I can do one of two things. I could just go back to the dressing room and pretend I just totally missed it and have somebody come and get me and play it off. And I said, yeah, I'll never work again if I do that. So I said, or I can just suck it up and go in. I don't know what it's going to be. I can hear Frank speaking, you know, and Frank's one of our actors. You know him, Bobby.
Yeah, I do.
But I could hear Frank speaking, and I knew he was just making shit up. You know, where's the commissioner? Where's that guy? You know, it's like we're standing here waiting for him. That's not right. I own the team. You know, God, I don't know what he was saying. I have no idea what he said. But I went in, and they had set my desk up. You know, and it's like, okay, I'm here. And I had no lines. I hadn't thought about anything I was going to say. And I just said, kind of put my hands on the desk and looked around. And it was almost like I said, okay, speak. I didn't say that, but they did. So we got through the scene, but it was like, oh my goodness.
Classic, classic Gary.
Yeah, right.
Well, that was a good save. You made, you carried on like we do.
I wouldn't call that a save. Yes, I carried on. I did carry on. But then I always carry on. That's not the problem.
Yeah, and I agree. It may not ever work again.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. I may not. I'll tell you one thing. I'll never do two shows back to back again. Too much for me. But anyway, since I'm got these glasses, which I don't know, I dropped them. You're not gonna believe this. Okay, this is a true story. I've been looking for my glasses for 2 days.
You just found them?
There's no reason for them to not be in my condo. I got a 2-bedroom condo, okay?
Yeah.
Nice little place, but it's not that big. I mean, you shouldn't be able to lose a pair of glasses to the point where you absolutely couldn't find them. I just dropped these glasses, these right here, the Mr. Magoo glasses, that's what I call them, and as I leaned down to pick them up,
there are your glasses.
Right.
Ta-da.
Of course. Yeah. Now, wasn't that easy?
Yes, it was easy.
Classic Gary.
But because I didn't have my glasses, I didn't really try to prepare. See, now I feel all right. I didn't try to prepare anything.
Oh,
What
that's
I did was I said, okay, I got three poems, and we're going to call this Variation on a Scene. Because Dale, now you're going to have to tell me the name of your poem about the hummingbird. What's the name of it? You've read it here, and
I don't know if I put a name on it. Let's see.
Oh yeah.
No, I didn't put a title.
What's
on
the
it.
first line then?
Well, a goldfinch came and said,
No.
So goldfinch came is what I have.
No, that's the new one. I'm talking about the one that you probably published this one.
I've done some about hummingbirds, but not about goldfinches.
Yeah, hummingbirds.
Yeah.
You have a great poem about hummingbirds.
Yeah, the warlord of the patio on 27th
That's all I needed from you.
Yeah.
The warlord of the patio.
Yeah.
This ain't no warlord of the patio. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm just letting you know. This is not a full blown. This is just. I kind of tend to like short poems because they're easier. But anyway, since it's short, I'm going to do all of mine in one swell poop or fell swoop, whatever, whichever it is. And I know a comedian I am not. But here goes this one. I know God made hummingbirds fly. Okay. I know God made hummingbirds to fly, but I don't know why this particular hummingbird flittered in about head high and looked me right in the eye. And I don't know why, but thought I should try to share his impertinence with you. Boom. I need a shabba. Okay, there's the first one. Here comes the second. There's 3 of them, all right? So
Okay.
you can't go to the restroom until I get. Don't. What do they say? Don't pull a Gary. Yeah. A solitary hummingbird from nowhere. Okay. A solitary hummingbird from nowhere punched a hole in the theory of an endless sky and stopped my wandering mind dead in its tracks. Behold my singularity, said she. Then camouflaged herself in speed before my smile could morph into hello, leaving me with naught to do but frame her thus and forward her to you. All right. And then this one. It's called a sprightly kitten called life. A sprightly kitten called life spied the golden ball of yarn called we, batted and teased and unloosened strands in a flurry of unraveling, and then romped off, leaving us to wonder when it would return to finish what it had started.
Yeah.
And that's my solution to not having the glasses, even though now I have the glasses. So the whole punchline
Yeah.
already gone. You know, it's like
Well, look at you.
destroying
You
my
just
life.
appearing out of tunnels that everybody disappeared from and reading 3 short poems in a row. So great. Well, I think it's my turn, right?
Yes.
Yes.
I'll read this
You're too
poem.
excited about this deal. Like, yes, please, please, don't let him strike again.
I'll read this poem that started as this beautiful eternal afterlife thing that turned into something else by morning. I think I wrote it after I took my pills in the morning, so maybe I was on drugs.
I know about that. Yeah.
But it's called Monkey Business. The graphic I had was a monkey on a rope swing, and the poem is all around that monkey on the rope swing.
I like that.
And my poem about eternal life started out with, wow, what a view, the sky's never been so blue. That's how it started. So that's how this one starts. Wow, what a view, the sky's never been so blue and clear and true. I can not only see to wherever, I can also see right on through. I see tattoos and kangaroos and a shrew using my shampoo. And everything rhymes, everything's in line, as it should be when you're flying high on a rope in the sky with a silly monkey by your side.
You set me up, Bobby. You set me up. Internal rhyme. You want some internal rhyme? Here you go, baby.
Wow,
Yeah,
you were
everything
definitely
rhymes and everything's in line.
Oh
just
my
as it
God!
should be.
Be careful. Be careful what you ask for, especially with the group.
well, you were feeling no pain flying through that one, weren't you?
Yeah. Well, I actually laughed and had fun with it after I wrote it. I read it several times, and it brought laughter to me. So
Yeah.
laughter is always good.
It's hard to make yourself laugh. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not hard to get laughed at, but it's hard to make yourself laugh.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, I have nothing else, and
I have one.
And don't even have the excuse now for not having one, which I had before I leaned.
Well, you read like 4 or 5. You just read them all at once.
Well, they were short.
Yeah.
That's why I did that. Okay.
Okay, I have one that I want help on the ending. I like the poem until I get to the last line. I just don't know how to finish it off. So have that in mind, okay?
All right.
I'm looking for some suggestions. The name of this is called Empty Journals. I have a stack of empty books, journals they are called, gifts from friends who know I write, such treasures one and all. The covers are delightful, the pages smooth and lined. Too bad I never filled them up. It's not for lack of time. I'm such a messy writer. I scribble fast and loose. The books deserve a kinder hand. That is the honest truth. I write instead on what I find when words flow in my head, which leaves me with stacks of stuff, unorganized and rough. But today I took those piles and read each scribbled line and wrote the sifted contents into a journal of mine. They filled lots of pages, and I felt really good. But will my creative juices bow to this routine? I'll have to wait and see.
Huh, good.
That's why it falls dead at the end, and I need something to finish it.
I thought it finished well. Read the last.
Actually, I did too. You know,
Oh, okay.
you have the knack of finishing poems. You finish well. You know. I've noticed
Okay,
that.
well,
Read
thank
the
you.
last phrase, the last verse.
Okay. They filled lots of pages, and I felt really good. But will my creative juices bow to this routine? I'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, I thought it finished well.
Yeah, good enough? Okay, all right.
I did too. The only thing you might, I don't know, put something about like a different approach that you might take as opposed to the one that you've outlined
Yeah.
carefully. You know, I'm not coming up with any lines. I'd have to actually look at the thing.
Yeah, okay.
You know, but which I'd like to do. But I agree with Bobby. I think it seems like a complete poem, and
Okay.
I think it had a logical conclusion. Logical may not be the word, but it had a natural
Yeah,
conclusion.
yeah.
You know,
Well, I guess that's it. I like surprises better at the end.
there you go. There you go. Okay. Well, send it. Can you send it?
Yeah. Sure.
Send it, and I'll look at it. And I know I didn't do a real good job looking at everybody's stuff this time, but I'll do better.
Oh, okay.
And
well, your plays are all over now, huh? Are you in it? Oh, you're in It's a Wonderful Life now.
it's over. It's over. You know what they did, Bobby? We now just Dale, so you know, we used to run that show. It's our popcorn we do it every year, and we usually run it to the 30th of December, which means we run it right through Christmas. You know, we don't Christmas Day and all that, but
yeah.
And what they decided to do this year, in a way, to give us a break, we ended early. We ended several days before Christmas.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah, we did. But you know, it's like anything else, you got to pay for it. You know, we had to do a show. We had to do Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 2 on Saturday, and that's how we got all those shows in. Which I am really just starting to look forward. I said, is it Wednesday yet? Because Wednesday will be the first break I got, you know. I said, all right, it's Wednesday. I'm not going to the theater. What am I going to do?
Now,
Probably watching.
well, I am. I'm going to the theater tonight because we're in rehearsal for what will probably be my last show. I think I'm coming to the realization that I may not have all that it takes to do theater because it's very demanding while the show's running.
Yeah.
And I'm finding that I run out of juice early, and I don't want to run out of juice sometime when I actually have to have it and the theater needs me to have it.
Mhm.
So I think I'm gonna not act anymore, but I'm excited because I decided, well, there's lots of writing that I need to do. I need to write a bunch of stories for my daughters. They're waiting on them. So I have that to do. But I also, I have this poetry group too. But I also came up with this idea. My oldest son is a musician, and he's working with a brand new producer that has produced some pretty big names, and he's pretty excited. This guy's interested in a project that he's been doing, and the project is called The Stinks of Polly, which is a story about a child who grew up in a legalistic Christian home. And so I asked him, I said, can I, him and I had a dream years ago that we were going to tour together, and he would do the music. We would call it the Hypocrites Tour, and he would do the music, and I would tell stories about what about hypocrisy in the
Mm.
church. That
Wow.
was our dream, and we never did it. But I asked him if I could borrow the rhythm of his Stanks of Polly, and I said I want to do a series of poems and prose about the stinks of P-Bob. And when I was a pastor, they called me P-Bob. And I was always in trouble in the church I was ordained in from the very beginning. From the very beginning, my bishop didn't even want to ordain me because of my attitude about the ordination. And I said, the ordination is just the hoops I've jumped through like a trained animal so that I can do what I want to do or God has called me to do. And so I was always about relationship and not rules.
Mm.
And that always caused tension. And so I'm going to do a bunch of prose and poems about that. And I started writing last night before I fell asleep, and stuff just came flowing right out of me. I mean, it's just there's tons of stuff there, because the church actually squeezed me out like mucus in your nose. They just thought
Oh dear.
you stink. You're
Uh,
stinking up our
Uh,
policies and our
excuse me, I've
disciplines,
got to steal that line.
and get out of here. And so there's a whole story there, but I just want to. I like that the stinks of P-Bob.
yeah,
I the way I stunk up the organized church,
yeah.
and
That sounds great, Bobby. I love that.
Yeah, yeah.
Do it.
Now, if
I'm
you
excited.
see that line that you just said, it's like I will deny it. I
Yeah.
don't know where it came from. It just came from my creativity.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Well, that's what happened. Like I say, there's some of that might start coming out in these poets group here pretty soon.
Yeah, oh
Because
yeah, oh yeah. That's
I've
good.
got, we open on the 12th, we close on the 20th, and then I'm done with theater, so I can sit here and write as much as I want to. So I'm looking
That's great.
forward. I'm going
Great
to
for
write
us.
stories for my
Yeah.
daughters and write poems for the stinks of P-Bob.
That's good. That's good. I'm anxious to see it finished.
Yeah. And who knows?
Actually, I'm kind of
Maybe
more
my son
interested
and I will
in the
go on tour
process.
with him someday.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, good. That's right. The
I'm
process.
excited for him
Yeah.
too. The possibilities with this song are pretty big, and the producer he's working with has produced some. He was sitting in this guy's studio working. He was there for a week, and he was working on this song with him. And in walks Shania Twain.
Get out of here.
No, in walks Shania Twain, and she had just finished a tour that this guy had produced. And she walks into his studio, and then he said later on, him and I were sitting there talking in his office, and he got a call from Dave Matthews. And he said, I
Yeah.
couldn't believe it, Dad. I was sitting in this guy's office and he got a call from Dave Matthews. He said, how did I get here? I said, I don't know, but stay there.
Divine intervention, I think.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mhm.
but well, that's interesting. Yeah, I'm thinking that I'm more interested in writing lyrics now than I really am in writing new poetry. But I haven't had your luck. I don't have anybody who just happened to be in a studio and Shania Twain walks in.
I know.
It's like I don't know if I can duplicate that. I'm just hoping I can get enough.
Well, he's had a lot of successes long before that. He has about seven albums out off of independent labels and stuff. So he's had a few successes to get there.
Right.
So anyway, the Stinks of P-Bob. Expect some stuff from the Stinks
Sounds
of
good.
P-Bob.
Sounds good.
I'm ready. I'm all for it. I'm all for it.
And no doubt they will be very colorful.
Now, you're not going to write those like you write a little and then I write a little and then
I
you write
hope
something.
not.
You're going to do all those on your own,
Yeah,
right?
I would
No.
think so. Yeah.
No, they'll have a purpose and no, I'm not going to share those. I'll have to write them myself.
Yeah.
Well, you can share them with us when you get them written, that's for sure.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah.
As long as you're not under copyright. I don't know about
Well, it's copyrighted when it's finished. So in the process, it's fine.
right. Good point. How's our time? Since
We
I
are at 2:52.
252. Yeah,
Wow.
52.
I guess when you have three people, you go faster. I don't know.
Yeah. Well,
Well, we
yeah.
had a lot to say today.
Yeah, we talked about theater and pastoring
Yeah. Yeah.
and finding glasses and all kinds of missing cues.
Yeah, well, that's I can tell what my part of this conversation is.
Yeah.
So I hate to give up time, though. I mean, my gosh.
Well, it's pretty close to
Yeah, it's pretty close.
yeah.
You think maybe we could
Yeah,
just
2:55
Yeah, we
by
could-
now.
You
We can
bet.
not
You
be-
bet.
53.
we could not be rigid about this?
No,
We could
let's
just
not
be
be.
like
No.
the creative people that we are and just say, hey,
Yeah.
when we're done,
It
we're
ends
done,
when it ends.
right?
It is what it is.
You know what? I can live with that because I don't have anything else prepared. I would like to continue though, if at all possible, because I'm still excited about the well, I don't know what you would call it. What do I call it? The call and response. Only because I didn't have anything better to call it. But I would still like to do more of that, and I'll do better. I think if we just keep emailing each other stuff, we can continue that.
So why don't we sign off? Because I have a lunch date.
Why don't we just do that?
Yeah,
Okay.
well, keep writing, you folks, because
Because it's
good
good
for
for you. Couldn't have said it better.
yeah.
All righty.
All right.
Okay.
We'll talk
All
to you
right.
later.
Lovely
See
to
you
see
next
you,
time.
lovely people. And we'll talk soon.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.